the only thing that makes him God, to prove to people that he's God, is to do the extraordinary in your life. And God is about to do the extraordinary in your life. Now, the Bible says that they went before Moses. I said, Moses, the law must be changed. Jesus. And Moses said, okay, wait, let me go to God. He said, God, look at these small girls. And maybe Moses was speaking Nigerian language by then. Huh? Shy. He said, God, look at these girls who they came to me, they said, this law you gave to me should be changed. God said, Moses, relax. The law must be changed. Ha! A whole God makes a law for a nation, and because one small girl saw that this law is wrong, beloved, they refused to talk to men and decided to speak to God, and the only man who could speak for God confirmed the situation. Beloved, don't settle for less until heaven says it is over. From that day, God said, I have changed the law. From today onwards, if a man dies and he had no son, the daughters can enjoy the promises. Beloved, there is a blessing for you in the Lord, and nobody can stop it. Nobody can stop it. Don't settle for less. Salvation is a whole package. You must be saved with everything you have. Life, how many years are we spending on earth? That we should spend it in sorrow. Where is the power of God? After 120 years, I'm dead and gone. But beloved, life is not just like that. We'll pass through. We must leave an imprint where we are, and you shall leave imprint where you are. Beloved, it is God who promised. He said, open your mouth wide, call to prayer. And this prayer that God is calling us, is not an ordinary prayer. You see, it's not a prayer of small things. Because men have disappointed us. We look up to men and we try to put God in the same measure. He said, open your mouth wide. It means that when you are asking me of something, don't ask small things. Jesus Christ said, whatsoever you ask in my name, I will do it. And whatsoever is whatsoever. We become so little-minded that we are positioning God like men who disappoint us that we can't ask God of anything. I remember two people who went to pray in the church. They said a big-time businessman who has lost his business contract, billions of monies. Let's say about billions of pounds. And here was this poor fellow who had also had a problem, and she borrowed someone's £100, and the person is chasing her. You can imagine. They come to the church and the prayer time. He said, pray for God to save you out of the situation. There was the rich, but the business is because, say, God, this business, God save me from this. God, how am I going to pay these billions of pounds? God help me. The man was praying gently, going down, and the woman was just behind him. Oh God, God, 100 pounds. God, pay this 100 pounds for me. Oh God, pay this 100 pounds. 100 pounds. The man said, sister, take this 100 pounds and sit down. You are disturbing God, and God will not even be hearing my prayer. Use this your voice and pray for me. There are some of you in your position. You should give something to somebody, and God will deliver you from your own position. She was disturbing God with small things. When people are asking God for millions of pounds, you are asking God for hundreds. Excuse me. He said, open your mouth wide and I will fill it. Beloved, you should go before God with higher expectation. I came to announce you something. Let me tell you. Beloved, God is not man. God is God. He's the same God who created everything in abundance. And beloved, you say, when you come to me praying, ask me of big things. There are some of you, when you get some small blessings, you think you have landed. Way back before in Ghana, I don't know if it's in any other place. When somebody all of a sudden begin to get money, and all of a sudden, you see, it's like they have boys in their armpit. They walk like this. It means they have money. They are rich people. Small money. They think they've landed. I remember in 1998. 1998 was my first time I had a mobile phone, Nokia. And the Nokia mobile phone was, this is a bit smaller. 98 in the month of March, I remember. And beloved, I had then traveled from one part of Ghana to another part. So the moment I got the phone as a gift, even that one I have returned from 40 days fasting. And someone gave me the mobile phone. And I went to, the moment after Sunday in that week, I traveled all the way to where I was before. I wanted to let everybody know that I've landed. So I took the phone to the church room. I said, yeah. And the phone was on. And I called some people else. I said, please call me. I'm in the church. Call me. And I'll be sitting there. The man of God is preaching. He'll be preaching. And yeah, I was the only one in that area. I was the local champion. And when the call came, I took the phone and everybody was looking at it. Hey, this guy had a phone. I said, yeah, that's me. That day I heard about 3 calls. I intentionally called me for people to know that I have a phone. I don't know how many of you had phones in 1998. That was the first time mobile phone that had been introduced to Ghana. Hi! Mobitel. Beloved, when I sleep and I wake up, the first thing I check is my phone. If it is there. One small blessing, I wanted everyone to know I've landed. But beloved, it took just about 3 months and I've forgotten about the phone already. There are some of you have one small car, you think you have landed. Beloved, there is not enough of the position you are. There is a higher position God has ordained for you, and that is where we are going. Is that open your mouth wide and I'll fill it? Why have you limited God? We have placed limitation on God. We think that what we have is enough. We want everybody to know that, yeah, I'm in town. Beloved, there is a higher position for you. Is it one house you have? Is it 2 or 3? Now some of you, when we call for money and somebody say, oh, 2,000 pounds, say, hey, 2,000, yeah, it's too much. Whew. You expect God to lift you up, then you have to believe it. Jabez prayed, say, God, enlarge my coat. It means God, give me the capacity to be able to function. There are some of you, your mindset is so small, it's so limited. Beloved, you become what you believe and what you think. What do you believe? When you begin to see yourself, beloved, I know God has said it. Instead of being a local champion, I know that I'm an international champion. So instead of lifting myself up in the locality, let everybody know that I've gotten a phone call. Say, my friend, what is this small thing? There are bigger things I'm about doing. If God has done a small thing for you, then bigger thing He's about to do. I know directly I am an advisor and a counselor to presidents. I know I'm a prophet for the nations. I know I'm a teacher to the nations. Beloved, how it's going to be, I don't know. But I know God is taking me there. There are some of you who have a small thinking. You think that you are made to take over 100, but I'm telling you, the Bible says one of you shall carry 1,000. And you, your followers, your business partners are about to reach thousands upon thousands. Oh, someone did not receive the prophecy. Beloved, as I'm about to end, then we shall pray. There are some of you, the Spirit of God will be speaking to you directly what you should be doing. I'm telling you. God said to me, say, son, listen. Many people have neglected my voice. When they pray and I drop small ideas to them, they want to hear my big voice. You know about Elijah? Elijah prayed, and when God came in, the Bible says he was not in the fire, he was not in the thunder, he was not in the earthquake, but a still small voice. That is why anytime you begin to pray, all of a sudden you see some ideas, boom, it comes to you. I always tell my church people, pray with a paper and a pen by your side. Because when you pray and you hear those voices, those are the ideas you might neglect, but that is what will take you to a higher place. I remember in the French ministry, a bank manager was asked to close his business and go and sell a local food. We call it Gary. Can you imagine? Close your business, take all the money, give more than a tenth to God, and go into Gary processing. Is this not foolishness? When he heard that voice directly, he wrote it, went to the man of God, said, yes, go and close that business. And most time, I think Abraham did not tell Sarah when he was going to sacrifice Isaac. It would have been a chaos. Beloved, the man went to, he applied for his, he wanted to get out of the company. They said, why? They sat him down. They wanted to give him every. He said, no, I'm stopping. I'm going to Gary processing. They all laughed. As at that time, about 7 years ago, he became one of the major businessmen in exporting local meals abroad here to the US and every other place, because God spoke to him. And it wasn't that alone. It was just God was telling him, go into farming. There is somebody here this morning, God spoke to me. God, you had an idea to start farming way back home. The Spirit of the Lord spoke. He said, I should tell that individual, go into that farming. For that is a position He's going to lift you up. I don't know who you are, but I heard it direct. Go into that farming. Open your mouth wide and I'll fill it. Beloved, we have limited God so much. I found out in the scripture when God said to them, go and take the promised land. Do you know that God did not tell them they should send spies? At times you read the Bible, it's like God asked them to send spies there. Check from Deuteronomy 1, 21 to 23. Bible said, Moses said, you told me when God said we should go and take the land, you told me that we should send men to go and spy. God did not tell them to go and spy. Beloved, we have spied so much that we can't allow God to operate. We put reasons behind what God. If you want to put reasons behind what God says, you miss the blessing of God. We are soldiers, we are going to war, and you tell us we should walk around a city like ghosts. Joshua said, hey, God said we should walk around the city like ghosts. What kind of direction is this? People are coming with swords and say we should walk like ghosts, and they were like a zombie. I can see some trees and say, what kind of direction is this? There's no sense in it. Let's go and fight and say we should walk like zombies. And the last day, he said, let's scream. Oh, man of God. What direction is this? I remember in Ghana, when the prophet was asked by God one day, a lady who needed a baby, and we were having a crusade directly in the ground. Thank God there was no covering, so the sun was opening there. And he said, pick the sun, put it in the coke and drink it. Put sun in the coke and drink it. You put reasons behind it, scientifically full of gems. Sand full of gems. I should put it in coke and drink it. And that is the place people have been dancing. All sort of feet has been passing there. Prophet, did you see right? The woman picked the sand, put it in the coke. She drank it. In that same year, she got pregnant and delivered the following year. What is it God has said to you? Beloved, as we begin praying, heavens will give you directions. Don't reject it. Probably that is where God wants to take you to. How many of you have prayed and God has not given you a small idea? Open your mouth wide and I will fill it. Church, let me not bore you too much this morning. God has a room for every individual. Beloved, let me ask you a question. How many of you know any rich man? You know any rich man? Let me see your hand up. Ooh. Those rich men, when their skin is cut, is it blood that comes out or mercury? Oh, you are sure? Those men who started the Tesco, who started all the big shops, you go and shop there. The Bill Gates and all the rich men you have heard of, when their skin is cut, is it blood or mercury that comes out? If it is blood and you are a child of God, beloved, I came to announce to you the same grace God gave to them, He can give that grace to you and make you to that level. It is just a matter of believing. I believe I'm the one of the wealthiest ministers in my era, and I believe there are major millionaires in this environment. Some of you are about to employ thousands of people. For now, You are working under somebody, but tomorrow you shall be a great man. Beloved, that is how far I saw Joseph. That is how far I saw Joseph serving under Potiphar. But beloved, when the timing of God came, Joseph was the prime minister, and Potiphar was saluting Joseph. I bet you somebody you have worked for before is about to salute you. Open your mouth wide, and I will fill it. God said, ask me anything. You cannot limit me. Beloved, ask me for big money, because Bible says we shall give to nations. God is about to make somebody's nation borrow from that individual, because he is the Almighty. Beloved, the timing of God is now. Your mother cannot stop you. Your father cannot stop you. Your auntie cannot stop you. No wish can stop you. No wizard can stop you. For God is about to exalt you. Open your mouth wide, and I will fill it.